Yes, you can already ride a bear very early in Crimson Desert to instantly take most enemies out. There's also a very easy way to get a gold bar that gives you 500 silver, ways to easily revive yourself, and more amazing things you want to get early. Let's start with a very gaming thing that Crimson Desert fully embraced. Secret loot behind a waterfall. Like really, if you see a waterfall, charge the step skill with your weapon, and they can pass through it to get the loot. And these small rock formations give it away, by the way. If you see this, you know there's something waiting for you behind the waterfall. This can be powerful Palmer pills that revive you with full health, and very strong gear items, like from the Dark Ringleader armor set. You can find the headpiece over here, which looks kinda cool. And it has the plus 2% stamina regen perk. The chest piece can be found nearby behind a waterfall, and this one gives extra spirit per second as a perk. For the gloves, you want to jump down and go behind the waterfall, and this one has some nice extra ice resistance and defense as a perk. And for the cloak, you want to go over here on the map and hook the wall to your right, and then go behind the waterfall. This one is not that good, but it just looks very cool, and overall I think the full armor set looks pretty awesome. But the game has way more waterfalls. Let's move a bit further from Hernan City. You can find the Sunset Reed armor at a waterfall over here. This one also gives a stamina regen and extra movement speed as a stat, so really good chest armor. There's also a sword hidden behind a waterfall, the Hollow Visage, which has 3 perks. It's pretty strong, and you can find that one over here on the map. Now the last but not the least that I found behind the waterfall is the Duskfang leather armor that you totally want to grab, because this lets you climb faster and also improves the health you get from food, which I tested and is quite significant for a level 1 perk, so you grab this one over here on the map. But yeah, I keep mentioning that these armor and weapons have perks, but they are actually abyss gear, or abyss sockets as I like to call them. So early on, these armor pieces will be very strong, so nice to get. But what's awesome is that they can still be of use later in the game as well. So for that we want to go to this cave close to Hernan. When you reach the bridge, simply turn around and go down inside the cave. Here you find a witch who can extract these abyss sockets from items, and then you can also embed them on other gear if you want. So then you can, for example, always have the food effect level 1 perk on other items moving forward, which is super useful. There is a fast travel spot outside the cave, by the way, so totally get it, so you can always easily return to the witch. And next to that witch, you find an amazing recipe for the Palmer pills that you can of course use to revive yourself if you die. You find a cauldron close by, and you can use that to craft these pills by using water and another crafting ingredient. I found that the short horns are actually the easiest to farm from these, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. A nice way to get the short horns is by simply going to either this fast travel spot or this one, and you unlock this one actually during Act 4. And then from there, just go down the mountains and shoot all the goats that you see and then skin them. Just let me quickly stack up on the short horns. It gives you some hide and meat as well. But yeah, most importantly, you can now always craft your own revive pills, which is wild. But it's also nice to have a ton of money, and this is where the gold bar comes in. So getting this is actually pretty easy. You might already have a mask from one of the first bounties you complete, but it's also good to know about the back alley shop, where you can buy a new mask every in-game day. If you get caught stealing, you will lose your mask, so you have to get a new one. So it won't hurt to have a spare mask with you at all times. Now, if you have a bounty, by the way, you can go to the church, like the one over here in Hernan. Pay that bounty so then the NPCs won't randomly attack you. But we don't want to get caught, of course. Now real quick, at that back alley vendor, you also want to get all the keys you can buy. You can never have enough of these. These also restock every in-game day. And this is also where you can buy that really cool hooded cloak if you want it. Now we want to head to the Linecrest Manor and enter through a back window that you can open if you climb up the building. Immediately going straight and using a key gives you a cool looking shield you can grab. But we want to go outside the room and then go down and make sure that no one sees you. Because now with the mask on, you can steal a gold bar that is hidden near the fireplace. Now simply wait until the theft notification disappears, don't move. So now we have the gold bar and no bounty. But before we go and invest that gold bar, you want to check the smaller house next to the manor climb into the window, use the key for this door, and here you find a chest with an amazing longsword that has 5 socket options. Like, this amazing weapon to get and use early on, and you can, by the way, unlock the other 2 socket options at the witch. Now we want to head to the bank, which is over here. He will give you 500 silver for that gold bar, which is way more than regular shops will give you. But you can also invest that gold bar and get a passive income, which is kind of wild to do early on. For this though, you need to buy a permit, and this costs you 100 silver. Now a quick way to get some extra money is to go to the side room of the bank, so left from where you enter, and make sure the door is closed so nobody sees you, and then simply steal everything, especially the strong boxes give you a couple of silver if you open them, which adds up nicely. Now when you buy a permit, simply invest your gold bar. I would go for low risk for now, and then every time the can be changed in hits 0, you get some money. Medium risk and high risk can also let you lose money, so then you lose the amount required for a gold bar. But, and IGN shared this tip, what you can do is save before the timer hits 0, then see what you got. If you don't like it, if you lost money, you can reload that save, because then you get a different outcome. So you can go from losing money to gaining a lot, but I will leave it up to you if you want to use that tactic. You basically will have no money issues in Crimson Desert now anymore. Next to looking out for waterfalls, there are also other items hidden in encampments and buildings that are nice to get early on. In this encampment over here on the map, you can actually find multiple items. So crouching through here lets you reach this chest that gives you a special goblin dagger that has a 10% chance to give additional heights while skinning. You will not really find another like dagger early on in my experience, so having this equipped is nice. And then you want to enter this building to open a strong box by completing a puzzle. This is what the image will look like if you complete the puzzle. And then you get an amazing earring with 5 defense, which a ton for an accessory. It also has this special music box feature, so you can play a song, but I'm not sure what it does. Although, if you figured it out, totally let me know in the comments down below. For the main story in Act 3, you will go to this location, and inside this big building, you can enter the tower, then crouch and use the force palm to reach a chest for the amazing black wing leather boots. And then you also have amazing boots early on. And totally upgrade these items, of course, to rank 4 if you want to use them. I went over the crafting system and way more tips in my previous video that I will leave a link to in the video description. Again, don't go beyond rank 4 because then you will waste Abyss artifacts. But yeah, then the black wing leather boots are actually much better than the boots you can buy at the faction vendors. Still though, don't sleep on this shop that you can find here in Hernand. By simply doing main missions, side missions and bounties in Hernand, you get this currency to spend in this shop, and the nice part is that you can always sell something that you bought and get the full amount of these tokens back. This is where I bought that awesome horse armor, but you can also buy a huge flag, which is kind of wild to carry around but not very useful or anything. Still, it's a great shop to use, and yeah, that horse armor is just super unique. We'll touch on a better horse in a moment, but first let's touch on the bear mount. So you want to go to this fast travel point over here on the map, because every in-game day a bear spawns next to it. So simply fight it. The bear is pretty strong, but then at one point you will reach a state where the bear is tired. And now you see a ride prompt, so do that and then you can ride the bear to, for example, go to an enemy camp. And with the heavy attack button you use the bear to insta-kill again almost every enemy. It's really strong. Now a few things to note: if you dismount, the bear will be aggressive again, so you have to fight it to be able to ride it again. Although there is a special bear hide cloak that I got from actually killing the bear, because there will be a point where you just have to kill it because you cannot ride it anymore. Then you have to be lucky that you get this cloak. This gives you the bear disguise, so they can sneak up to the bear will simply just not attack you anymore. You sadly then cannot ride it if you did not fight it yet, but for me what did happen is that when I dismounted, I could immediately jump on its back again because of the bear disguise, so that seems to be the perk here. Although, and this seems sadly be the case with all the mounts in the game, you cannot bring them to the stable and then summon them whenever you want. You can only summon the dragon, horse and mech suit that you unlock later, for as far as I know. Although I would love to be wrong, let me know in the comments. So your horse is actually very important, and you only find level 1 movement speed horses in the starting region. But if you like to go on an adventure to this town to be exact, they can talk to the stable master here and buy a horse that already has 2 movement speed from the start and some extra skills as well. So if you then ride it, you will level it up, and then at level 5 it will actually be faster than the horse you start the game with. So again, you have to travel to the Crimson Desert to get it, but you can already do this early on. Now subscribe for way more Crimson Desert content, leave a like, and check out the other tips video by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye.